Yep.
What's up?
Wow, it's a beautiful chilly day here at Harvard Stadium, backfields. My name is Jake Zaslov.
Hi, I'm Daniel Gottesman, and that's Mac Mertens.
Hey, folks, how y'all doing?
And we're just really excited. Game 6 of an exciting 6-game slate of quad ball here. We've got Emerson and Tufts, both two really young teams with a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think that Tufts is running on very little, so it'll be really interesting to see how they conserve energy. They just came out of a game from Harvard, and they're only on an 11-person roster.
Man,
Emerson though was looking really hot against Harvard today.
Yeah, they started off really well against Harvard, so we'll have to see how it shakes out. Mac, as a young player yourself, how do you approach games like this?
Well, I think really it's about mindset. Mindset. That's what I hear the more elder players, more elder statesmen say as we go into a game, and as Jake so expertly pointed out, Tufts is coming off not only of a game but also as a loss. Emerson has had time to think, to recoup, and regroup. So I think right now Emerson might have Tufts in the mindset game, but I've seen Tufts play, and they certainly are not going to take this lying down.
It will be exciting to see what happens. Yeah, go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, some players to watch on Tufts side. Oh, well, we're about to start.
We're about to see him in action. Chris Lecomte getting ready to start us off.
Are you?
Emerson, are you ready?
Oh,
I'm really bad.
all right, sure.
You know what? I'll get it. Let's see what's
We can switch. Ethan Stern gives the okay. Ian Paul gives the okay. And the game begins. Here comes Tufts. That's Cam Morrow with the quad ball up high, waiting for something to happen in the beating game, and it does quickly. Morrow waiting up high. There's another tackle in the beating game. You have to think Morrow's going to make a move soon, but he's in no hurry, is he? He'll send it across to that's Jacob Brenner. Brenner sending it down. Into the corner, and a nice beat there. Emerson is able to recoup the ball, and here comes their stalwart keeper, Daniel Bardat.
They just read that like a real book right there.
Yeah, what about the pass allowed them to do that?
I mean, it was high, and I think Emily just did not see that there was a beater behind it, but especially when you're going tight, beaters tight to the things, you can't do a pass back like that.
Lisa to Bardat quickly, but a great block and a good beat there. The quad ball is going to fly in front, and Tufts is going to be able to recoup it. That's a really nice beat from Silver.
Yeah, you did a great job there, Ethan. Thank you. So did you, Leo.
Oh, baby. All right. Well, it's just nice to be out here, Mac Mertens.
I agree. I concur. I think really the biting New England weather just makes you love to be alive and makes you love to play quad ball.
It is biting, isn't it?
Swing it up top.
There's Emily Witherell. Back up high to Brenner. Brenner sending it across. That's Brugerman.
Shoot that, Brenner. Take your space and shoot that.
Here's Brenner up high. The shot! It is good. An attempted beat block. And you love to see that. We saw a lot of those last game too. And that just makes it so much fun. That's Peyton Schweibert there with a nice try. You can see that shrug.
I mean, that's a Brenner bread and butter. I've been surprised that we haven't seen that today.
The goal counts, and the score is 1-0 Tufts.
Let's go!
Here comes
Emerson. Oh, you got it?
Word boy Brenner strikes again.
Here's Bardat with it up high. Bardat got Lisa on the wing and he'll send it over there. Lisa driving in, sees a beater and is pushed back. So here's Bardat again. Bardat waiting up high, sends it back to Lisa. The ball is low and it's blocked, but we'll try again. Here's Beyonce. The drive in. What a nice stop there from Brenner. Another jump, no good. Lisa with it, trying to bury it home. Kicked aside and slid onto by Brenner. Big stand-up defense from the Tuftle Pups, but if you're Emerson, you got to come out of that possession happy. They had a lot of chances.
Yeah, what I saw there was I saw Tufts losing a lot of, they had some great blocks and they never took advantage of it. And Emerson was able to get on those balls, get those wins. but at the end of the day, they weren't able to finish.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if you can be aggressive, that's half the battle here in quad ball. Ooh, some heavy beater play there. A tackle, a beat, and the quad ball comes back up to Brenner up high. He's been really the focal point of this offense so far. Brenner over to Bregerman.
Get the ball back. Take your space, Brenner. Walk it in. Ben, walk him in.
Brenner
Walk him in.
walking in. The shot blocked, but it goes through anyways. That is just such a demoralizing state to be in. There is a call here in the beating game. We're just waiting to see what exactly happened here.
They're running down. Baradot goes and scores!
Thank you for catching that. Yeah. My goodness. I'm a beater. It's easy to get lost in the beating game. My goodness. Those fast breaks have been really lethal for Emerson, working their way across.
Slow.
I mean, you can't let the game just end like that after the goal.
Yeah, that's right. When there's a controversial play like that, you got to make sure you're still playing the rest of the game. Because even if, especially for chasers, if there's a foul that goes on in the beating game, usually you're still allowed to run around and chase. Brenner sending it across. And it goes back to Brenner.
Good. Ben, go help.
Brenner walking in, sends it over to Bruderman on the side, back to Brenner. Brenner looking for the swing pass, gets it to Bruderman. Bruderman makes a nice move. The pass behind, good goal!
Wow, that was just beautiful Quidditch right there.
I mean, you love to see it. That's Cam Morrow with the goal. Mac Mertens, what are you seeing so far?
I'm seeing a lot of different things from both teams, Daniel. Now, the thing that stands out to me is Tufts seems to have the bludger play, the beater play on lock.
That's dodgeball to you, Mac.
The dodgeball play on lock.
And the quad ball is sent across into a dangerous area, but there's a nice beat by Silver, and they'll reset. Lisa does a nice job making sure that the quad ball stays with Emerson. So here's Baradot up high.
I mean, here's the thing though, Tufts, even in the Harvard game, right, started really strong. But then it's the question, especially when you're in such low numbers, how can you continue that?
Yeah, that, and it's going to be interesting to see if Emerson keeps running these fast breaks. Another nice beat. My goodness. Ben Silver is playing really well.
I just have to say this whole season, Ben Silver just went from being a player who is a little bit chaotic, a little bit unpredictable, to just such a consistently strong leader.
Especially because Tufts just, Daniel Meekum, their former sort of top beater, just graduated. So now Ben's sort of all by himself, and he's really stepped up. Speaking of which, he gets a nice tap as Brugerman comes in, and the ball comes back up high to Brenner. Brenner looking for a swing pass and eventually does get it. Emily drives in, another shot, and another goal. Kim Morrow with those overhead finishes has looked really good.
Morrow, am I right?
Here's Daniel Baradot carrying that quad ball down.
Shark, maybe? No, that's a different person.
Sharks on Harvard. Back to Baradot. Baradot waiting up high, swings over to Lisa. Lisa unable to get it, and Silver knows better than to let that go. There's a really nice catch, though. My goodness. As Peyton Schweibert with a nice play to make sure that Tufts doesn't get away quickly. And so Tufts will make a beater substitution, and they're going to do it again here.
You don't need to do anything except help Brenner right now.
Brenner up high.
Ben, stick with Emily.
Swinging
Emily
it over.
Ben, stick together.
New player number
Take your space,
87.
Brenner.
There's a shot, no good. Oh, an aggressive beat from Ben Silver, but that, big catch from Silver, and he's able to make up for his mistake and retain control for the Tufflepuffs.
I mean, in some ways it actually ended up better than it was before with that.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't say that play's always advisable, but given that you've already made the first mistake, that catch is probably the best thing you could do in that situation.
That's a bad process, but a good result.
7 or 10. We are 7 minutes into this game. The score is 4 for Tufts and 1 for Emerson. And this game is getting close and exciting, though. Here's Hickey with it up high. Aiden Hickey surveying, looks to shoot. Instead, he'll lob it up high, and a nice quick beat by Silver. Again, the Tufflepuffs have been so good since they've had control. Here's Baradot back to Hickey, and they're going to set up another offense. Hickey, a shot! a hand got in there. Oh, and a little attempt at a quick move there from Max Saponara, but he's unable to secure it. Hickey had Saponara back there too, so yeah, look for a pass next time from Emerson maybe. A new keeper in for Tufts. And it's swung over to the side of Brugerman.
Take your space now, Brett!
Back up high. This keeper is, I don't think I have it, but it's a heck of a shot. Do you know who this? No, we don't know. That is Brett. That is Brett. We don't know his last name, but we know his first name is Brett, and he scores. Oh, it's Brett Waldman. There we go. We found him. Brett Waldman. That's MQC Commissioner Harry Greenhouse with the assist. Harry, what have you seen so far in this game?
Let's go!
He says he has seen quad ball, folks. You heard it here first.
That's that analysis that we're looking for.
I mean, Harry's known as one of the best announcers in the game for a reason. He's tired. He lays it all on the field. Mac Mertens, you live here? Right here?
Sometimes.
On defense!
And so, Hickey walks the quad ball. It is 5-1 Tufts. We are probably 8 or 9 minutes into this game. 8 minutes. And Hickey with the quad ball. They've really been unable to break the zone so far. Their only goal has been on that fast break. The quad ball comes down. Here's Hickey with it. Hickey waiting, makes a move, fakes a shot, another shot, and it's just wide of that top hoop. But Emerson's able to regain it. Another fake, another shot. It's good. That would be number 69, Omar Bikane. And look out, guys. Emerson, if they're able to consistently break this Tufts two-point zone, this is going to be a different game really quickly. Notice where the dodgeballs are. Emerson's got 2 of them now. That'll be interesting. Go ahead, Jake.
Well, I was going to say at first, I was thinking this 2-2 zone's a really smart move for Tufts, right? Especially when you're trying to conserve energy. Maybe a 3-3 is slightly better, but it allows them to have a little bit more of that time.
There's a nice quick move from Waldman. A shot. It's good. Waldman with his second goal of the game as Ben Silver throws one back, and the Tumblepuffs might be able to retain control. Although we have a streaking beater in from the side. That's let's see. That's
It was hilarious. I love it.
who is that? That's Adrian Manansala. Adrian. And Hickey fires one. That's going to go over.
Not even want that. Like, we know Hickey's a better player than that.
Oh, yes, sir, man! Yes, sir, man!
And so the quad ball re-enters the pitch with Jacob Schwartz, who will hand it off back to Waldman, who's had himself quite a day, Mac Mertens.
Yeah, in some ways, this is kind of the Tufts as a former Tufts player, this is a historical Tufts move. The mid-range shot by a keeper worked well for Jim McGarvey, works well for this team.
Waldman over to Schwartz. Schwartz unable to corral it, but he's got protection from his beaters, so they're gonna retain it. Waldman driving in, looks for another one of those mid-range shots, gets a nice beat from Silver. Waldman, there's a big hit! A nice hit there from the Emerson keeper, and that shot is no good. There's a dunk, and they put it home. So with that hit, that was Jonathan Nam of Emerson, who did a really nice job slowing that play down, but ultimately Cam Morrow is just too much for this Emerson team, and the score is now 7-2. We are halfway through this first period, Mac Mertens.
Well, Daniel, I think I've noticed one thing in this first half, and that's I'm really eating my words in regards to dodgeball possession. I thought Emerson was going to have these dodgeballs on lock, and that absolutely was not true. I'm looking especially towards the Tufts play.
Let's go!
Oh, baby, what a beautiful goal. We'd love to hear what you have to say at some point, Mac, but first we have to talk about Hickey's brilliant pass. And who is that? I can't, oh, that's number 69, Omar Bikane again. A beautiful goal, and it will be timeout Tumblepuffs here. We know they're tired. Go ahead and finish what you were saying, Mac.
Oh, quick update, goal score is 7-3 Tufts right now.
All right. Yeah. Well, so it's been really kind of Tufts dominated early, but then Emerson was able to pick up some slack. We're going to bring in our resident beating analyst, David Chen. David, what have you seen so far?
Yeah, definitely. Tufts has a very dominant beater in 52. He's really just walking everywhere, but you see he's getting gassed. I will say we got some great hands on Emerson's team. I mean, you're seeing some brilliant catches from the beaters, but it's just chaos out there. I think if they coordinate their efforts, I think they'll see some reward on the offensive side.
Yeah, that's right. When you're beating, you got to make sure you work with your partner.
Yeah, I'm seeing from Tufts really, just overall, I think there's a lot more coordination, a lot more discipline there, which I think makes sense based on how we've seen these teams historically play.
Absolutely.
That said, this is probably the strongest Emerson side we've seen in years.
I
They're
agree.
looking really good. Kieran Collier, their coach, is really putting them in shape, and my goodness, so many of their players are so young too. Next year, look out, baby. They're going to be really good.
At the same time, great vibes. Like, that's what you love to see in a team. Good skill, great vibes.
Absolutely. And, it's important, too, when these teams are so young. We're going to get the perspective of a young player. Our first-year analyst, Mac Mertens. Mac, what do you have to say here?
Well, I think persistence is really going to be the main thing here. You're seeing two, as you said, young teams, young and promising teams. And it's going to be a matter of how they play here in these games, these round-robin games, not on the huge national stage, not in these large invitationals. That's how you're going to get player attention, and that's how you're going to get players scoring and coming back.
First-year analyst Mac Mertens really giving it in right now.
Thank you, first-year analyst Mac Mertens, and for David Chen as well. And we're going to get rolling again here. We're, a little bit over 11 minutes into this game. The score, the Tufts 7. And Emerson 3. Shout out to our wonderful scorekeeping team, who's doing a really good job. 7-3, 70-30, potato. So, Tufts getting ready to re-enter the game here. And here's Waldman with the quad ball. He's already got 2 goals on a couple of nice shots. You have to think that Emerson is readjusting their defense such that, oh, indeed they are. Look at that. The 3 trees. Look, it is here. The 3-1 zone or the 1-3 zone, whatever you want to call it. They've got 3 players at the hoops. And the quad ball goes over to the side. A hit. Ooh. A hard fall. We just have to hope everyone's okay. It looks like they
great push out by Cam Morrow to get the ball back.
And
maybe it didn't work.
Let's just take a moment. We're going to make sure. Oof. Man, that was a big hit on Caden Saleh. It's a tough look. And, man, it's just, when you see players flying around like that, the most important, quad ball's quad ball and it's great, but player safety is also really important. We've got students from some of the best universities in the country competing out here. You got to make sure that they're able to do their student stuff too, student athletes. So there's a turnover on account of an illegal tackle, and the quad ball is going to go back to Hickey. Hickey takes a couple long strides, a shot, no good, but he doesn't have any help behind the hoops. And so Morrow's able to corral it, and just like that, Waldman taser. Oh, baby! Nam with a heads-up play, but he's beat. And here come the Tuffle Puffs.
Settle down.
I'm seeing a lot of great leadership from Morrow, especially being a wing chaser with a team that's so dominant on the keeper leadership.
Up top.
But I'm really seeing Morrow.
Oh, that's a high shot and it'll sail over everybody. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying I'm really seeing Morrow serve as a really important presence on this team.
Yeah. Hickey maybe looking to run on one dodgeball. No, not quite. Emerson's got control. David, what do they have to do?
Here we see a really aggressive play here. We'll see if, they're not.
Oh, nice move from Hickey, but he just can't push it through the hoop. Man, Emerson has hit the edges of the hoop 3 or 4 times. This game would be tied. Instead, it remains 7-3. Tufts. Sorry, go ahead, David.
Well, I think they did a great job with penetrating the defense there with an aggressive play, but they really just got to convert those offensive chances with their shots.
Yeah, you have to think the shots are going to start falling. They're getting so close.
Yeah.
Waldman with it.
I wonder if there's almost something to the weather a little bit. Right?
Yeah, I mean the wind is blowing. It's a little sneaky.
Take your space, Brenner.
Here's Brenner. That's a good point.
Pass it.
Jake, here is the quad ball back up high for Waldman. Waldman looking for the handoff. Sends it to Brenner. Brenner back to Waldman. Dodgeballs fly. Waldman with a dunk, and he scores.
Go to purple.
And oh man,
Yeah, I will say I think Emerson's beaters were that was on them. I think they were too busy on looking at the beaters. You know, with this rotation of Tufts beaters, they really got to be aggressive and take them out early and cause a turnover.
Yeah, Lily Labala was roughed up on that play. It's good to see that she's okay. Here's Nam with it up high. Another shot. Sails wide. Can they corral it?
Can you tell Brenner he's not the keeper, please? Thank you.
It remains in. And eventually, quad ball goes. Kieran's here lobbying a little bit of our referee, Chris LeConte and Ian Sturm.
That's fine. No, if they want to make a call on it, that's fine. I'm saying he's not doing it out of
Oh,
bounds.
baby, look at this. One of the oldest traditions in quad ball. The coaches making sure their voices are being heard, but Ethan Sturm and Chris LeConte are having none of it. The quad ball is up high. Here's Waldman to Brenner. Brenner putting his mouth guard in. It doesn't matter. He corrals it.
For the ball without a
Look, he knows what he's doing. Waldman up high, fakes the run. Tufts is content to just kind of go a little slowly. And that pass over wide on the wing, that's Solde, and the quad ball comes rolling out, flying down the pitch. Here we go, a shot, and it's good. What a day Omar McCann is having. It is 7-4. We are 14 minutes into this game, and maybe the tide is starting to turn a little bit.
We're seeing consistent bludger control from Emerson.
It's 8-4, thank you. It is 8-4. That was McCann, number 69.
It's all good, Caitlin. The right idea.
And here to talk about momentum is our momentum analyst, Mac Mertens.
Now, as a physicist myself, I think I break down momentum into mo and mentum. Now, I'm seeing a lot of mo from Emerson, but I'm not seeing a lot of mentum.
You gotta finish the momentum.
The mentum is going to happen eventually. I think we're seeing a lot of mo when they're taking shots, but not a lot of mentum when they hit the crossbar. But now they're starting to come in.
Dodgeball's flying. No dodgeballs there. Brenner,
What a goal tipped in!
People, man, this game's getting a little chippy. People are trying to call for things going on. There's a dodgeball on the ground next to us right here. I mean, and we are 16 minutes into this game. It is 9-4 Tufts, but it feels a lot closer than that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but we're saying no, it's going to be landing any minute. It's 16 minutes in, right? We're getting to a good point into this game.
Yeah, you gotta, those shots better start falling. Hickey shoots and scores! There we go! Oh man,
Right on the top.
You know, as an announcer, you never want to be affecting play, but sometimes you feel like you can't help it.
Sometimes you just wish something into existence.
You never know what's going to happen.
Now, Daniel-
Waldman having himself a game and walking it around. Hickey, number 9, question mark? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
No, Daniel, I think that was a perfect example of the mentum really coming in there. We saw mo, we saw mentum, we saw momentum.
Mac, you're wearing many hats for us today, so we just appreciate all that you do. Over to Brenner.
Go now, Peyton, now.
Brenner waiting. Dodgeball's flying. Brenner, a pass behind and Bruderman, a shot. No good, but Brenner's right there to collect it. Looking for another shot. Driving in. Blocked by Hickey. Goodness me. There's a kicked quad ball, and that's good officiating from that ref crew there. And a nice try there from Schreiber to retain dodgeball control, but he just barely missed.
Right now, this is really the part that defines the game, right?
Right. If you're Emerson and you can score a couple more, it's 9-5. If you can bring this game a little closer before snitch on pitch, we're gonna have a really fun finish to this game. Hickey over the back. A shot steered aside. What a play by Waldman. Baradad thought he had it. He thought he did. What's going through the beaters' heads, David?
I think the beaters, for one, on defense, really have to focus on Quaffle here. They're getting really overstretched by the aggressive beating on Tufts' side, but we really got to look at behind the back passes.
Yeah, you got to make sure you make some stops. That's a really good point, David. You got to stop the bleeding. It's 9-5 Tufts. We're 18 minutes into this game. Waldman fakes the shot. Looks again. Has the wing pass open. And it comes back to Waldman. Waldman with it up high once more. He doesn't seem to be in much of a rush to make much of anything happen here. He's just waiting for Silver to do something. Silver does something.
Good.
It's a trade beat. Waldman diving. Hannah Martinez signals goal. Waldman with either his fourth or fifth of the game. My goodness, it is 10-5 Tufts, and they have blown this game open in the last couple minutes.
You know, you love to see young talent really come to the forefront, right? Like, who is going to be taking over these teams when you lose people like Brenner and Bruggeman? And I think we're really going to see that from Brett Waldman.
Great hustle from Beardad. The pass, and he was pushed out of bounds just barely. Nick Jablonski with some really good lobbying of our referees here, but of course they get the call correct anyways. And the quad ball will go to Tufts.
I will say a very underrated part of teams is the passion that you see from coaches. It really gets players fired up. I think it's a very important part of team.
I'm not even playing in this game, but I'm fired up, David. The quad ball returns to the pitch. And here come the Tumble Puffs. You can hear the emotion from these players. That's great communication from Beardad. We are 19 minutes into this game. There is 1 minute left, and if Tufts can score again, it'll be 11-5. Right now it's 10-5, and that would really blow this game open. Brenner up high though. Emerson is not ready to say die yet. There's a lot of quad ball left to be played.
I mean, if I'm Tufts right now, I want the clock to run out. I want to hold off, let your self-conserve energy. No reason to go for a goal. Really. Yeah, especially when it's 19.
Yes, Elliot!
Or you're just like Jacob Taylor and you throw it in.
Sometimes you just gotta score, don't you? Sometimes the spirit calls out to you and you say it's goal time.
You know how we say we don't want to affect play? Sometimes it's the exact opposite of what we say will happen. And that's the magic of commentating.
You know, we're just lucky to be out here talking about a game we love. Hickey up high. It is 11-5 Tufts. I think we were saying the same thing there. Sorry about that. Hickey fakes the shot. Causes him to go off Broom though. And Hickey's beat. And that will be
Oh, I love it, Cam. I love it. Get ahead of
the last possession. Halftime analyst Mac Mertens. What do you see here?
Now, I want to break this into what I think a real halftime is.
I think no one can hear you this whole time.
All right, so what I've seen from this game, as I said, I predicted before, I thought Emerson was going to have more beater control, and I thought Tufts was going to be more dominant in the quad ball game.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool.
I am officially saying I am eating my words in this regard. I think especially in the first quarter, the first third of this game, Tufts has locked down the dodgeball game. I'm talking, of course, about number 52, is it? Silver,
yeah.
On Tufts. Man, that catch, the throw and the catch, you say you never want to see that kind of action, but sometimes two wrongs do make a right. And that was the rightest right I've seen in a while.
Max Singerman is here, but he's a ref, so he can't talk on this broadcast. But we thank him for his presence.
Max, which team do you want to win?
Do we have any questions from
I
the
think
audience here?
Tell me.
they both win in the end, right?
Wow! At the end of the day, we win some new friends.
Yeah.
All right, well, seeing as we've got nothing for the viewers, we're going to have to throw it to you, Jake.
But no, seriously though.
A lot of missed opportunity from Emerson. I think, especially right now, they had a lot that they could take out.
You had a good game.
My brother goes.
Take on over.
Wait, yeah, he was the one who told you about that one guy, right?
Now, they're missing a lot of depth. I mean, they have 11 players. There's just not much there when you have so few people. And Emerson really could have taken advantage of that. They run them around, make them tired. They didn't. They had a lot of opportunities for great shots. Kept on missing, especially when people were really strong, like Hayden Hickey. We just started to see that at the end. But I think that essentially Emerson really needs to pick it up in this round, get themselves together, run out Tufts, or else Tufts is going to run them over.
That's true. So it's 11-5 now. Oh, hi, Delette. It's 11-5. Tufts is leading. The set score, of course, will be 170, which it so often happens to be. It is really funny how that works. And yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how both of these teams strategically adapt. Do you lend your beaters to the seeking game? Do you keep them back? Because I know that Harry Greenhouse, our flag runner here, is one of the best in the game. He really is.
I think these two teams have good especially Emerson. You'll hear them.
So it's just good to be out here, enjoying some quad ball. you know, in the end of this game, one of the teams will win, but the wheel winner
It's all of us.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
I came down from New York City just to see this game.
In what way is this down from New York City?
Up from.
I don't know. I'm just curious. You don't have to. I mean, it could be down. I want to understand.
It's the colloquial down.
Yeah, there you go. Everything's
down when New York City is the top of the world.
Oh man.
10 seconds before you can leave.
We've got our seekers ready here. Everything is exciting.
Yes, Harry Greenhouse is flag running. One of the top flag runners, at least in the Boston area.
So it's 11-5 and the game resumes, and Tufts will move quickly. Brueggerman tackles from behind. That's going to be a card, almost certainly. Wow. Just the good news is that everyone is okay. That is what matters here.
Yellow card, one in the box. There's a second foul on the play. Unsporting conduct. Emerson, number 5. It's a blue card. There'll be 1 more minute in the box until Tufts scores twice.
So, when you do get back in, is your wrist okay?
We got 2 fouls.
There's no goals, it's the full 2 minutes. Goal gets scored, then the second minute starts. Otherwise, it's
So just to go over the penalty rules here, the penalties stack. They don't happen at the same time. So it's the normal minor penalty rules. One penalty is 1 minute in the box or until Tufts scores. But of course, if they score 1 goal, the penalty time gets cut down to 1 minute. There.
2 minutes.
How does that affect your mindset here?
One of those two things.
I think this is, in some ways, you know, Stitch on Pitch is a high-scoring moment, but it's also a moment where you don't want to lose anyone. And this really allows beaters to be able to maybe focus on the snitch, because the quaffle game is a little bit less important.
That's true. Byrne and Rahman are away, and the seeking game has begun. Silver is tackled, but he shakes it off. And here's Brenner up high. Tufts per usual. Now, oh, baby! That is a highlight reel pass from Brenner to Brueggerman for the goal.
Brr, is that 2 players with the first last name that starts with BR?
I think it is.
Let's go, Toro!
Man, that's the type of analysis you really just love to see on broadcasts like this. Wow, so we're seeing some defensive seeking from Emerson here. They're going to try and win in this. They're going to try and win this game in the quad ball game. Veridad over to Hickey. A nice beat there on Silver from the Emerson beating core, and they're going to regain control. Hickey making a move, does a nice job to create some space, fakes the shot. Now it's a real shot, but it's knocked down by Brueggerman, and you have to think Tufts might move expediently in the other direction. But you would be correct. Here comes Waldman. Waldman with a deep pass, but it just can't be corralled by Emily Witherell, and so the quad ball will go the other way. Meanwhile, the seeking game appears to be kind of chill, per usual. We're moving slowly.
Honestly, in some ways, I think this is smart, right? At the end of the day, definitely smart for Tufts, right? They get to give one of their players who maybe doesn't get to seek as much some opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, it's a little bit, they can take things a little bit slower. Which is great when you're running 11 players.
Yeah, I think that's right, and Tufts has done a really good job not being all that tired before. The quad ball comes right here towards the booth. And, I'm sorry, that was a dodgeball. Hickey shooting wide, but it's regained. There we go, Emerson starting to run that offense behind. That shot is no good. There are beater fouls on the play. Hickey making a fake, making a spin move. Hickey beat in the face. That's painful. Ethan Sturm, though, is going to call it like it is. David Chen, what did you see?
I don't know. I actually saw a beater foul that was not called. I think Emerson should have retained control there, but.
Oh, interesting. I saw Ethan's hand go up around the same time, so it'll be interesting to see what happened. Yeah, you know, as this just points to, especially once the flag runner's on the pitch, there is so much going on. Quad ball is such a difficult game to officiate.
Yes.
To talk more about that, we're going to bring in our resident officiating expert, Mac Mertens.
Now, as a big fan of rules, and I consider myself to be a professional rule follower, I think one need to look at my penalty record to see that rules are my best friends. I think that any rules here should be followed and officiated beautifully. I'd like to shout out Ethan Sturm, whom I did have a nightmare about a week ago. I think he's really doing his job as they pay him to.
Tarburn is seeking for Emerson. Thank you for your audience questions.
Yeah, thank you for checking in, everybody. Tarburn is seeking for Emerson, and the quad ball will go behind another pass, and it's re-corralled by Walden. He's playing really well today. Walden with it. Waiting, Silver moving in quickly. There's a beat, there's a shot, and Waldman, goodness me, how many goals is that for Waldman today? It's a lot. That's his 5th!
Wow. I think what I love there was the partnership as well between him and Brenner. Brenner used his body to create that space, which allowed Walden to run down and get the space, get the location he needed to get a perfect mid-range shot.
Screens, picks, whatever you want to call them, they're really effective in quad ball, and teams do not make use of them enough. Here's Baradat up high. Baradat swinging it over to Hickey, who's now playing on the side. He hasn't been doing that much today, and he'll send a nice pass down! Oh, baby! Highlight real stuff from both teams today, and Omar Vikan is lighting it up. Brenner up high. The score, of course, 13-6 Tufts. The set score is 170. Emerson needs a few stops in order to really get back into this game.
Swing it!
Brenner attacked quickly, and we're gonna get a foul. And so
drive and shoot.
a nice drive from Morrow, who will miss, but it could be retained by Brueggerman. It is. The quad ball stays behind. Brueggerman looking to dodge. Hickey with a block, but it goes through. There's also a delayed penalty, which will probably be against Emerson and negated by the goal.
Contact from behind. Emerson number 76.
Oh, someone's asking who's seeking for Emerson.
So that was a great goal by Beckett Brueggemann that was tipped in, and then there was also a call for a yellow card there.
Yeah, on Saponara for illegal physical contact, and
But
so
because the goal happened, the time is served.
that's correct. As if he went to the box and then left the box. And there's a nice beat on the seeker from Emerson, and so that's going to be Tarburn getting some more time alone with Harry Greenhouse. In the meantime, the quad ball goes to Hickey. Hickey driving down the wing, making a move. Hickey back behind to Bacon again, who came just ever so close. The quad ball squirts away though, and Baradat with it here.
I mean, that was a great defensive play by number 3, Stromsky there.
And there's a big hit from Baradat, and he's able to score.
Score right now is 14-7 Tufts. Set score to end the game is 17.
So we're seeing a seeking substitution here, as well as a beating substitution.
Tufts is sending in Brett Walden, who's their normal seeker. So the question is, are they trying to end this game right now, since there's only 3 points left?
And here's Elliot Turner in as a beater as well. The quad ball is sent behind. Brueggerman once more, beaten quickly, but the beat bounce is unfortunate for Emerson. That's going to be boundary though, and so we will get. Oh baby! It didn't matter because the quad ball went out of bounds anyway. But Baradat with the block of the day. My goodness!
No foul, remove.
He's looking like Dikembe Mutombo in that commercial.
Nah.
Not in my house.
Not in my house.
No. Oh, baby.
Yeah, this is where Emerson's really got to take advantage of Tufts' beating rotation here and really be aggressive.
It is 14-7. The set score is 170. Tufts needs 3 goals to win. Emerson needs 10. So if you're Emerson, time to start scoring. They've been doing just that so far. Here's Baradat with the ball. Up high, waiting, flanked by Tufts' classic 2-2 zone. It'll send it to Hickey on the wing, who's been pretty good from back there. He's looking to shoot. He's with a block. Nick Jablonski is incensed, but it doesn't matter because Hickey's brought to the ground. And there's a nice play by, wow, there's more bodies. Everyone's flying around, but eventually that's a really nice play from Emily.
Oh, what a catch from the beater! No! Hey, screen!
Morrow cuts again. Shot. Good. 15-7 Tufts. It's a 2-goal.
I think what we're seeing here, part of why Tufts is winning is there's more consistency on the shots, right? It's not necessarily that Emerson isn't getting the same number of looks or doesn't have the same skill, but we're seeing that Tufts is more regularly making it in. And when it comes to this game, close only counts when it's horseshoes in hand.
That's true, and you know, shooting percentage is important. There's a nice beat there as the quad ball is freed up, and here comes Brenner, the long pass to Morrow, who is beat. Oh man, but here's Briggerman with a chance to score, moving around, but brought down by Emily Witherall. Oh, does a great kick. There's going to be a lot going on here, but I think it's going to be an illegal contact.
Jersey pull. Emerson, number 39. Yellow card. It's once until Tufts scores.
No, it was a great strategic play from Emily Witherall there to give her the space. But, I mean, the call is made. Borderman gets a great moment to look straight in.
So Bernadette with that jersey pull there. Sometimes you just get excited, and that's how it goes. Brueggemann flanked. Oh, were they beat? Yes, or the ball missed. It's unclear, but here's Brenner, and Tufts is, oh, they got Brueggemann all alone at the small hoop, but they don't see it. So here comes Morrow. How about that, baby? It's a 1-goal, golden goal situation for the Tufflepuffs. Mac, we're gonna bring in our golden goal analyst, Mac Mertens. Mac, how do you play this situation?
Well, when I think golden goal, I think 79. 7 to symbolize how fast I need to run. I take it at about a 7 out of 10, and 9 how hard I need to play. 79 coincidentally is the atomic number of gold on the periodic table, and that's why I really remember these situations. Tufts, look at that, that's a 7 and a 9. Beautiful.
There it is. Mac Mertens with one of the most chemically inclined calls to the end of a game we have ever seen, and so we're gonna double check to make sure.
Illegal interaction. Reckless hoop massaging. Tufts, number 12. Blue card. Goal is good.
Oh.
Chris McCollum issuing a bit of a warning blue card, but at the end of the day, Jake, Tufts really finished it for him.
As a former Tufflepuff, I'm excited. I love this. This is why I come down from New York all the way down to Boston. It's great to see this game, but really excited to see Tufts be able to pull it through despite having not a lot of great depth or not a lot of people on the team.